buybacks have been a huge part of the stock market run the last couple of years.
Well, thanks for having me on, Brian. As we've discussed in the past, buybacks are a lever, for the market and certainly can be. My read on the data, is the dollar value is not as important to me right now as the breadth of the buybacks. And so when we have the more than 1,300 companies buying back stock, which again is the second best quarter ever after the pandemic quarter of Q1 20, that tells me that a lot of companies were being opportunistic during the second quarter. And that's what we want to see. That's what we talk to our clients about. Our clients are looking for investment ideas from stock buybacks. They're looking for opportunistic buybacks. And that's what we saw a lot of in the quarter.
Yeah. And we got this tax implication now, the 1% thing. I mean, are you hearing, are you thinking that we're going to see a big slowdown because of it? Or is it really just kind of annoyance, but it's not going to stop it?
I think it's an annoyance. I think that's a good way to put it. The simplest way to look at this is if you're managing a company and you think the stock at $100 is intrinsically undervalued, you're not going to sniff and worry about paying $101 a share for it. So 1% tax isn't going to deter management teams that really think the stock's undervalued. And again, that's what you want to see. You want to see management teams deploying capital into buybacks when they think the stock is undervalued.
I want to ask you very quickly about insider buying. We did it on my show, Worldwide Exchange, this morning, 5 a.m. Eastern time, by the way. Ben, you're my guy on this. Booking Holding was the #1 buy. Tell us a little more about, give us a little more color on the Booking insider buy.
So Chairman Robert Millard, who used to also be the CFO of the company, he's now bought $3.7 million in shares since the beginning of August. His last buy on September 1st was 1.8 million. So he doubled up here, doubled down here. What's interesting here is this is a company that does not see a lot of insider buying. In fact, his buys are the first of the company in 18 years. So that's the kind of deviation in behavior by a longtime insider that investors should be looking for. That's what they want to see. They want to see somebody putting their money where their mouth is, putting significant cash into the stock and doing so, especially at these companies that don't typically see insider buying.
Yeah, I think it's a really interesting point, which is how frequent is the buying? This guy's stepping up out of kind of nowhere. Booking Holding, BKNG, by the way, that stock's up 3.5%, probably on some of your data, and we appreciate it. Ben, thank you very much.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.